Missions Pulse. Know God's heart, join his mission.
So we get this call from a whole bunch of NGOs, secular NGOs. So Save the Children, UNICEF, Hope and Homes, Lumos, which is J.K. Rowling, the author of Harry Potter's charity.
Okay.
And they say, Krish, we love what Home for Good is doing, engaging the church, caring for vulnerable children. Could we ask your help? Could you help us convince the church that the family is a really good idea? And I'm going, of course we can. Like, is the Pope a Catholic? Like, Christians, family? I'm going, how could you possibly need me to do that? Well, they say, well, the biggest funder, visitor to, supporter of orphanages in the world is the church. So why would the church be supporting institutions that no one thinks are good for children in the Western world? So in America, in Canada, in Australia, in the UK, in the whole of Western Europe, no one is using orphanages because we've done our homework, right? We've worked out psychologically, sociologically, children do not thrive without the nurture of a loving, permanent family, right? So why
we're perpetuating this globally
elsewhere? And they're saying that there is this kind of cognitive dissonance.
Yes.
That what is not good enough for our kids is somehow good enough for the rest of the world's kids.
It sounds less religious or spiritual. It does ethnocentric.
I want to believe the best, right?
Yes.
I think my generous reading is people think it's just impossible to do in the rest of the world. Okay? And some of that, oh man, this is going to get meaty now. Some of that is because we have a skewed view of what the rest of the world is like.
What? Ethnocentrism. There you have it.
And some of that has been perpetuated by mission societies, by NGOs trying to raise money for aid and development, and just the wider culture. So there's this guy called Hans Rosling. He wrote a book called Factfulness. I don't know if you've come across it. He's an epidemiologist. He's a whiz with numbers. He's a Swedish guy who's recently died. And he basically does a survey on people. So he took this survey to Davos, which is the huge World Economic Forum, right? Some of the brightest minds in the world gathered to discuss huge issues of, global change and culture and all that kind of stuff. And he does a survey on them. He asks them to report what they think the current state of infant mortality is, world poverty, what the home of an average African looks like. And they are always wrong. He's done it everywhere. He's done it in the schools. He's done it in the general public. He's done it in different countries. Everyone thinks Africa is in complete and total poverty everywhere. But if you've been to Africa, you'd know that Nigeria has skyscrapers, has an oil industry.
I was going to say, are you talking about been to the country of Africa or been to the continent of? I mean, that's the first initial step.
There's massive diversity, isn't there? So when a lot of us are thinking about the continent of Africa, we are thinking about mud huts and parched land and people still using Stone Age implements.
My goodness, Americans might still be thinking, but the gods might be crazy. The gods must be crazy. Bushmen speaking their click language.
Black Panther was such a good film because it challenged that idea.
That paradigm.
Didn't
it does.
That we've got these stereotypes and we can't imagine. And when you think that's what Africa's like, they think, well, of course they can't do family-based care. They're all poverty-stricken. But the reality isn't true.
Correct.
There is still the bottom billion of the world who are living in some pretty terrible circumstances. But there are 7 billion people in the world. So 6 billion are not living like that.
That's right.
Missions Pulse. Know God's heart, join his mission. This podcast is powered by Within Reach Global. Subscribe, watch, and listen on YouTube today. Visit missionspulse.com.
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed that video, leave a comment below. Tell me what you thought. Also, you might want to check out this video here. And honestly, that one's not bad either. Make sure you subscribe to Missions Pulse by clicking the subscribe button right here. And also click that little bell button so you get notified every single time we post a new video.